What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I'm going to run through the Whiskey in the Six top 6 unicorn whiskeys. Now, when you hear the word unicorn, you think of unattainable, imaginative, and all these different things. I'm not going to go to a $50,000 whiskey and bring that to you guys today. I'm going to give you guys a top 6 list of whiskeys that I've done research on that I feel like at some point in my life I'll be able to try that are almost reasonable in price. All right, so here we go. Number 6. I'm gonna start with the Springbank 32-year-old. That's on the list because I absolutely love this Springbank cask strength 12-year-old. I'm dying to know what another 20 years in the barrel would do. For that reason, Springbank 32-year-old is my number 6. Number 5 is the Pappy Van Winkle 23. Now, once a year, this bottle is produced and distributed across North America. At the LCBO, you can pick this up retail if you win a lottery for 450 Canadian dollars. The secondary market on this is astronomical. You're looking at about $2,000. A lot of people are thinking right now, why isn't the Pappy Van Winkle 25-year-old on the list? Well, that's beyond most people's reach at around $18,000 to $20,000. The Pappy Van Winkle 23-year-old, however, is still available every year, and like I said earlier, it's possible to obtain a bottle for under $1,000. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire, and enough people have tried this whiskey for me to trust that it's probably pretty good. For that reason, it's my number 5. Number 4 is the Yamazaki 25-year-old. Now, if you've watched this channel for some time, you know that I haven't been absolutely in love with too many Japanese whiskeys. But I do find that the Japanese whiskeys come with this certain character that's very unique. And what's always lacking for me is that little bit of oomph. I think 25 years in an Oloroso sherry cask will give me exactly what I'm looking for. And for that reason, that's my number 4. Number 3 is the Brera 35-year-old. This distillery closed down in 1983. It's been mothballed, and Diageo has announced that in 2020 they're going to be reproducing whiskey. We don't know what's going to happen in 2020. We don't know if whiskey is going to be as good as it used to be. There's a lot of variables that are not the same. People closest to this whiskey, people from Scotland who I trust and adore, believe that this is one of the best whiskeys in the world. And for that reason, I would be absolutely embarrassed to not have this on my top 6 list. Brera 35-year-old is my number 3. I'm going to take a lot of heat for my number 2. My number 2 whiskey is the Macallan number 6. That's not to be confused with Macallan edition number 1, Macallan edition number 2, Macallan edition number 3. This is something entirely different. This is in the higher end bracket of their releases. All right, this is the little brother to the Macallan M. In Ontario, the Macallan number 6 goes for around $5,500. You can get it a lot less in other provinces as well as in other countries. I believe that based on the amount of love I have for Macallan and based on a few people closest to Macallan who've told me that the Macallan number 6 is actually better than the Macallan M, if I had a choice between the two, I'd pick the Macallan number 6 in a heartbeat. So for that reason, it's my number 2. Number 1 is from a distillery that I've tried almost everything in their range except for distillery exclusives as well as the newest 30-year-old Glengoyne. So if you haven't guessed already, it's not actually the Glengoyne 30-year-old, it's the Glengoyne 35-year-old. The reason why I picked the Glengoyne 35-year-old is when I think prestige, I think of the way it looks visually and also what's inside the bottle, all right? The bottle for the Glengoyne 35-year-old is absolutely stunning. You can pick this up for anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000. I know there's a bottle available right now on mastersofmalt.com. I've loved everything from this distillery, from the 10-year-old, like I said, to the 25-year-old. I've tried almost every single one. If I had to gamble $5,000 on a bottle, I would win with the Glengoyne 35-year-old. So this was a quick rundown of my unicorn whiskeys. I know you're thinking in your head, they're not quite unicorns because they're all attainable, but they're unicorns for me because it's very unlikely I'll ever be able to try these unless something exceptional happens. But there's still a glimmer of hope, and that's what I wanted for this list. Okay, I'm very curious. What do you guys have as your unicorn whiskey? And try to keep the same criteria if you can. Find something that you've always wanted to try that is super expensive or super rare, but still somewhat attainable based on the research you've done. All right? If you like this video and you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button. Also click the like button, and for notifications for whenever I release a video, hit the little bell. Cheers, guys.